So I've talked about this in previous videos, but I want to talk about it again. Let's see if we can find a decent picture of a human aura, first of all. We'll also open up a picture, folks, of a electromagnetic spectrum. You know, most metaphysical books will make the aura look like just this lame-ass ball of energy. It's not what it is. An aura is a divinely intricate, crystalline, geometric, hyperdimensional spaceship of sorts that encompasses our body. It's a lattice work of light and geometric patterning, which is absolutely perfect. And I've never to this day been able to find an accurate representation online of a picture of an energy field. I would highly suggest looking up Alex Gray's artwork. He's probably the one that comes the closest to it, and that's Alex Gray. I believe it's with an A, not an E. Alexgray, Alex Gray. Check his artwork out, folks. I can't really show them on here. There's also an artist known as, or named Samuel, Farrand, I think. Yeah, Samuel Farrand. Maybe I can briefly show you guys one of these pieces of artwork. Samuel Farrand. Again, write this down, folks. Pause and go write a pen. Or what am I saying? I keep being dyslexic today. Pause this and go grab a pen. Samuel Farrand. Samuel Farrand. Some of his artwork is pretty spot on in relation to energy grids around the human body. I think he has one called Merkaba. Bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I think I've showed this in maybe previous videos, but we'll just open this really quick on the screen capture so I can show you. There you go. You see, most pictures of auras that you find online, folks, are really simplified. They are just like these pictures. There's like a picture of a human with like a ball around them. No, a human aura has all of these. Watch my cursor. It has all of these different layers on it. It has all of these different interacting grids. Now imagine if you were walking around this matrix right now in an energy field like that, instead of just walking around in this physical body. The physical body is only a part of the overall whole of what a human is. And again, a human is not whole or wholly until the energy field becomes reawakened and reactivated. And this energy field actually communicates with you like an AI system. It's not an AI system, though, also known as artificial intelligence. It's what I've coined an OI, which is an organic intelligence. It's a living, breathing thing, and it's connected to your tissues. It's how your glands, when the aura awakens, ladies and gentlemen, it actually starts talking to you. And the aura allows you to actually communicate with your organs, because your organs, to a large extent, are what create this energy field. It comes out of you. It also interacts with the Schumann resonance of the earth. And there's so many things that there's so many things that I want to say that I just don't know how to put into words right now. But the heart energy, to a large extent, is what produces the electromagnetic field around the human being. The toroidal field from the sacred space of the heart. And then there's the aura, and you have all these subtle organizing energy fields, which you can kind of see here, kind of metaphorically or symbolically represented by all these different layers. You have multiple different layers of your energy field, ladies and gentlemen. And in a state of kundalini, the kundalini rises up the coccyx, like you see on the screen right now, which is located towards the pelvic floor and the perineum of the human body, and it moves up the cerebral spinal system and awakens the 7 primary churches of God, which are the chakras. They're not physical churches here on earth, regardless of what these mind controllers want you to think. Let me see if I can, let's just do this. So the energy starts moving up the coccyx, also known as the coccygeal church. Samael Anwar, the author of the Yellow Book, one of the greatest books on Kundalini ever written. It's called the Yellow Book. Buy it. It's in my Amazon store. He called the Cossacks the coccygeal church. It's where the Muladhara chakra resides, your root chakra. The energy moves up the coccygeal church, awakens and activates and opens the doors, so to speak, or rings the bells, if you want to call it that, all of the 7 primary churches, which is a metaphor for, opening the chakras. When I say ringing the bells of the 7 churches, what I mean by that is when the kundalini energy moves through the chakras, it awakens a particular resonance of frequency, which tethers you to these different states of consciousness. The resonance is what motivates the assemblage point to move. The vibratory resonance of the chakras waking up actually agitates a response in the assemblage point and starts moving it. And when the kundalini energy gets to the top of the head, that's when all of this stuff becomes visible that you're seeing on the screen right now. Now, this is not an accurate representation of what the aura looks like completely, at least in my opinion. But it is pretty damn close in terms of its complexity. It is a very complex geometric, electromagnetic, hyperdimensional, 4th and 5th dimensional electromagnetic grid of energy that emanates from within us as well as without us. It tethers us to the Schumann resonance of the earth and a handful of other things that I don't know how to accurately put into words right now, folks, but it is a very real thing. And, again, when the bells ring in the 7 primary churches of God, that's just me. It's a symbolic, or it's a metaphor for what happens when the chakras are awakened. When a chakra awakens, it begins to vibrate. And when that chakra begins to vibrate, ladies and gentlemen, it produces a resonance. It produces a frequency. And that frequency alters consciousness by causing the assemblage point to shift. The frequency of the chakras awakening, which is just, again, the bells of the churches being rung, metaphorically speaking, those frequencies are what force the assemblage point to move. You really need to learn about the assemblage point. You've really got to study it. But again, you have an energy field. You as a person are inside of this energy field. You're no longer in it. It's out of the picture. And now you're just this, walking around lost here in the matrix, because this is what tethers you to the absolute. But when this is gone, you're just this. You're a piece of the whole. When you become sanctified through the kundalini energy rising, you become whole again. What do you think holy actually means? A holy individual or a saint is someone who's been made whole again by this purifying fire of kundalini. They're an individual who's had their consciousness reawakened.
I can't help but ask myself daily, what the fuck is actually going on here? I have witnessed so many radical changes to this world in the 32 years that I have been here, most of them sadly drenched in evil. The enemy is busy building its empire, a dystopia built upon the ashes of a free world forgotten. AI, surveilled, digitized, genocide, scorched earth, hive mind, drone. We are being led by demons, masquerading as our saviors. An iniquitous oligarchy composed largely, but not entirely, of an elite class of psychopathic technocrats, eugenicists, behavioral psychologists, etc. Operating entirely through subterfuge, this consortium of evil has created a most genius veil of camouflage, enabling them to quite literally pose as a knight in shining armor coalition of humanity's saviors, promising to liberate the masses from the very afflictions that this inner circle of evil gave birth to. Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.